What is up, YouTube? My name is Brandon Rogers. This channel is called Chili Dog Motorsports, and we are in my garage with the Sportster Chopper project yet again. Today, we're going to be talking about hidden internal fork stops. We're going to install them, and we're going to show you how. Stay tuned. For today's project, you are going to need neck bearings and dust shields, an internal fork stop kit, a neck race removal tool, a neck race installation tool, aftermarket triple trees with a spot for the hidden internal fork stop, something to cut and grind with, a hammer, and some sort of big drift punch. We can go ahead and start by cutting off our stock steering stop, and if you still have your fork lock on there, you can go ahead and cut that off, flush it up. I got a little overzealous to cut that off earlier. Some people like to leave this on so they can measure while they're driving in their internal fork stop. I like to do all my cutting and grinding first and then get that stuff in there because I don't want to get like grinding grit and crap in there and have to try and make sure it's like clean. When I'm doing that, I'd like to just do all the cut and grinding now and then clean it, drive that stuff in. I don't want to get it all dirty after it's driven in, so we're going to cut it now. You can do whatever you want. Give it a little rap with a hammer. Now I don't like to cut too far in because I don't want to cut my steering neck. So I usually just try and cut into that weld and then fatigue the part the rest of the way off if I can. That's just, I don't know, my preference. Now we'll go ahead and grind this little weld booger down and move on to the next step. Now we can take our DA sander and just finish that off real nice, if you care about that. And just like that, it's like it never even existed. From here, we can take our steering stem bearing race removal tool. Start getting these races out of here. It's pretty simple. You just collapse it all the way down, stick it up in there, and expand it back out until it grabs on the ledge of that bearing race, like so. Then we will take our hammer and our big ass drift hammer. Just pop that sucker out of there. Nope, that didn't do the thing. Started to. Make sure you get this on there good. Let's get a wrench on there, I suppose. Now we can hopefully drive it out. Nope. Not quite. And that is how it is done. It just, you can see better. It just kind of grips on the edge of the bearing race there, and then you just drive it out. Now we will do the same to the top, which is way easier if you flip the frame upside down. Alright, now we can do the top one. I know I'm probably going to regret it. I really should take my sissy bar and stuff, flip this upside down, and make it easier on myself, but I'm not going to do that because I hate myself, I guess. Slowly but surely, it's coming out. Here we go. That is bearing race number 2. And now we need to clean the inside of this steering stem, really most importantly where our new bearing races are going to live. You want to make sure those surfaces are good and clean, free of debris and grease. Degreaser and a rag, get in there. But you want to make sure they're as clean as possible. You don't want to be fighting this stuff, driving your new seals in. You definitely don't want grease in there. I guess kind of allowing your races to move if they want to. Also, a way easier way to do this, my favorite way actually, get a big bottle brush, chuck it up in your drill, and then just hose it down with degreaser and wah! It's by far my favorite way to clean these. I just don't have a big bottle brush here. And then just let that dry, and we'll be back.
One eternity later.
And now we can go ahead and start installing our hidden internal fork stop. Basically, all this is going to do, you have this slotted plate here. It's going to go on your steering stem. This slotted plate will go on your steering stem. And then we will insert this special bearing race into the frame that's got this little notch here. And all that does is ride in that slot and limits the amount of rotation, basically just stopping your forks. We're going to go ahead and start assembling this the way it needs to go. Oh, and one thing I should note is these two slots are different lengths. You have a long slot and a short slot. You need to check your application, kind of maybe mock it up on there and give your forks a twist, see which one is going to be right for you. More times than not, it's going to be the short slot, and that is what we are going to be using today. And so whichever slot you need, it needs to be facing the rear of your triple trees here. So since we are using the short slot, we will make sure to put it towards the back. And then you have 4 bolt holes here. It came with 4 countersunk screws. And we are going to put red Loctite on these now, because we are not going to be able to get to them later. And we'll go ahead and start cinching them all down. And remember, this is red Loctite. Good luck getting them back off if you have to. And then we'll go ahead, paper towel wherever I put them, and wipe off the red Loctite mess we just made. And then we will take our pre-greased bearing and we're going to be putting it on our steering stem. Pro tip, if you throw this whole thing in the freezer, your lower part of the forks at the steering stem there, freeze it for a little bit, this will actually shrink and makes it easier to get on. Well, I've already tested mine, and I know I don't actually have to drive it on. Mine fits beautifully. But normally you do need to take a bearing driver and drive that guy on there. They are kind of a press fit normally, but like I said, if you freeze your lower part of your fork there, sometimes you get lucky and it'll just slide right on, and as it heats up and expands a little bit, it'll be a nice press fit. Oh, also I did forget to mention, some of you will be inclined to want to put your dust seal in there before the bearing. It will unfortunately interfere with the internal fork stop. So we can't put our dust seal in there, which would be ideal if we could. That helps keep dust and crap out of the bearing and gives them a lot more life, but unfortunately, due to the nature of these parts, it is not compatible. It'll interfere with that slot there. And now we can go ahead and finally install our race with the fork stop in it. We're going to be using a bearing race installation tool. Now I do have one that is notched out for bearing races like this. I think most of them come like this these days. Back in the day, they did not. Both parts would just look like this guy, and you would either have to notch it yourself or buy a special one. But, like I said, most of the new ones these days come already notched, so your race fits on there perfectly. Then all we have to do is line it up in the stem. Actually, I don't even know what I'm trying to explain. Let me just show you. Line it up in the stem. Put the other end on. The little bearing on. Get the nuts started. Oh, I did forget one crucial part. These internal fork stop races, the instructions say to install it with red Loctite. We're just going to smear some on. Ooh, we're going to make a big mess. So now it is important to line up the little notch on our fork stop, basically in the 12 o'clock position, the rearmost part of the neck there. And I'm just going to line it up with this weld seam that's already on the bike. That'll be close enough. I know some people like really measure and mark it and get it like dead nuts, but honestly, you just eyeball it with that weld seam there. That'll be close enough for government work. Yeah, I think I like where that's at. Some of this Loctite is dripping everywhere. Alright, now we take a couple wrenches and cinch that down and send it on home. 3/4, okay. And then we will just tighten the nut on this long bolt, and that will drive that up in there. Now remember to, you only really want to tighten the nut side. You don't want to mess with the bolt side. You don't want it to spin. You just want it to drive it in there. You'll feel when it's gone all the way in because it won't want to go anywhere or go anymore. And one last visual check. I think we got it pretty squared up on there. And we'll just disassemble this, put our top race in there, flip it around, do the same thing, drive the top race in. And now we can get our top in, now that we've disassembled everything. Put washer, our slotted one. So we still need the slotted one on the bottom there, or else it ain't gonna fit. Put our top race in, bearing to help everything. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Doing this backwards. The top one with the bolt. The bottom one gets the nut. Because again, remember, we want to spin the nut, not the bolt. So we want it to pull that down nicely without spinning. It's not as crucial on the ones without the stop integrated, but still, try not to spin it. And those should be perfectly driven in. Now we can install our triple trees. And now we can take our triple trees and our top bearing and our top dust seal and start getting it all assembled. Pretty simple from here. Bottom tree goes in, then our bearing and dust seal, and our top nut that sets the preload on everything. We can use that to set the preload if needed. And then we can put our top triple tree. And just like that, we got trees installed. And they stop. I think they stop about the same distance each side. Look at that. And just like that, your fork stops are now hidden and internal. No more big ugly block hanging off the end of your neck there. No chaining your triple trees to the frame. Your bars are going to stop where they're supposed to. They're not going to hit the tank. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. They're going to look so much better. And if you like the parts we used today, we're going to link them all down below so you can use them too. We appreciate each and every one of you watching our videos. We truly do. But I think you all know it's about that time of the night you need to get out of my garage. Go install your own hidden internal fork stops.
What's that? Oh, now it's time for a word from our sponsor. The only sponsors this channel has is you. Now we appreciate each and every one of your views and subs. It means the world to us. But unfortunately, meaning the world to us doesn't build shoppers. Money does. Now, I'm not going to sit here and beg for your money, but what I will offer you is a stylish product. Our design and marketing team, me, have done it again with breakthrough innovation in head covering technology. We asked them for something bold, yet simple. Retro, yet stylish. Something that said, chopper. And now for a limited time only,